Hi everyone and welcome to English for You. I'm Pat.
I'm Tiffany.
So Tiffany, what are your Chinese New Year plans this year?
It's Chinese New Year again. I'm always really excited because we have a really long break, but I don't usually travel during this time because, it's really expensive.
Right.
And then I have a lot of family stuff, so usually I'm with my family. What about you?
Okay. Yeah, pretty much the same. I will be doing family stuff all the time. We'll have to see quite how much family stuff that we have to do this year with a baby around. It may be that he gets to go and meet all his aunties and what's the word, Ima and Zoma and all the other elder relatives, but he may not be happy going out of the house for too long and he may need to go back home and sleep. So it may be we only do sort of short visits this year. I don't really know. I can't plan anything at the moment.
Right. We'll see how it goes. You can play by ear, I guess.
And I guess we will also have to do a lot of the kind of cleaning up stuff.
Oh, that's right. I don't look forward to that.
No, we've done better this year because of all the baby stuff. We did a lot of really big house cleaning around August.
Oh, okay.
Both in our house and my in-laws' house, just so the baby could come there and it wouldn't be full of stuff, it wouldn't be dirty. So, because we're kind of keeping on top of that now, we should have fairly clean houses. And we don't need to do quite as much this year.
That's actually really smart. Maybe instead people should do it by, a certain period of time instead of doing it all at once.
Doing it all at the end. Yeah, I've done that before. It's never that much fun. And we're going to get into that today. We're going to have a 2-day article about Chinese New Year. And the first of these 2 days is going to be about the big Chinese New Year cleanup. Let's read through the article.
Reading. Chinese New Year. Clean first, eat later. Mom is talking to Jane and Charles.
We need to clean the house before your father gets home. This removes all the bad luck from last year. We can welcome some good fortune with a clean house.
What do you need us to do?
You two are responsible for your bedrooms. Remember, this cleanup is bigger than usual. First, throw away things you don't need anymore.
I have some old magazines I can toss out.
Here are some large garbage bags, plus some gloves. Put these masks on too. I don't want you to breathe in any dust.
How should we clean the dust?
Use wet cloths. Always start at the top, so clean the high shelves first. And don't forget to clean out the corners.
Do we need to do laundry as well?
You bet. You can go to the laundromat while I'm sweeping and mopping the floors. All right, let's get started.
They all get to work.
So the article begins. This is a dialogue article. We've got 3 speakers in the first day, and we see that Mum is talking to Jane and Charles, who are presumably her children.
All right, so the mom says, we need to clean the house before your father gets home. This removes all the bad luck from last year. Okay, so this is the big cleanup that we were talking about for Chinese New Year. I'm pretty sure all of you are familiar with that as well.
Yep.
When your mom tells you, clean your room, clean this, clean that.
Time to do. Yeah, because this isn't just like a small clean. This is big cleaning going on. But there is a reason for it. It's not just to have a clean house. It removes kind of the bad luck. It's part of the tradition. And Mum adds, we can welcome some good fortune with a clean house. So fortune kind of means the same as luck, and we especially use fortune to mean good luck. So if you've got good fortune, good things kind of happen to you. The word fortune can also mean chance, this kind of controlling force that humans can't really affect. It's just the things that happen to our life. You just go, it's kind of good fortune, bad fortune, nothing I can do about it. I just have to accept it and live with it. We can also talk about making one's fortune. If you go and make your fortune, that generally means you've made enough money to live on for the rest of your life. So we could say somebody made their fortune in computers, somebody made their fortune selling this kind of thing. It's basically how they made a lot of money. But in terms of luck, here's an example sentence. In some countries, black cats are said to bring good fortune. In other countries, the opposite is true.
So, as we mentioned, this is a custom that people do for Chinese New Year. I know we definitely don't have this kind of custom in the States. What about in the UK for New Year's? Not Chinese New Year, but for New Year's.
For general New Year, I mean, I guess the big tradition is the one that's pretty common all over the world, kind of having a party, staying up till midnight, doing the countdown, and singing that Scottish song, Auld Lang Syne, which is kind of about friendship and staying together with the people that you love and things like that. That's really about as far as it goes for sort of traditions.
Yeah, we don't really have a lot of that in the US or the UK, but I think countries like Greece or Spain, they also have like their own specific customs
I
and
looked
stuff.
up some stuff about people doing things like breaking, I think it's a
dishes
fruit
or something?
pomegranate.
The pomegranate.
Yeah, they
okay.
like break it on they go out and they break, the kid will smash it on the floor to kind of be like, that's the kind of the new thing of the new year.
That's right.
And there are lots of different ways to welcome in the new year.
All right, well, let's continue reading it. Jane says, what do you need us to do? Okay, so basically, you can use this phrase to offer someone help. You can also ask, how can we lend a hand? Or what would you like me or what would you like us to do? You can also say, how can I be of help? So there are a lot of different ways for you to offer help to someone. Okay?
Yeah.
You should do that, especially if she's your mom.
Yeah, it's nice of the kids to offer just instead of going, we don't want to clean up. Yeah, and mum yells at them. But mum tells them, you two are responsible for your bedrooms. Now, if you are responsible for something, this is often used to mean this is your job, and this is how Mum is using it here. You two are responsible for your bedrooms. It's your job to clean your bedrooms. We can also say be responsible for to mean that something is your fault. Like, who's responsible for this mess?
Not me. Okay. Next, Mom says, remember, this cleanup is bigger than usual. Again, this is happening before Chinese New Year, and it's a really important custom for the Chinese culture. Do any of you know why?
I mean, I guess it is all this good luck stuff that we've talked about. Is there something else in there as well?
Yeah, in Chinese, this is actually called 大扫除. And you can do, what you do here is you do a real thorough cleaning this one time of the year. And again, you have to, clean every single corner and, make sure everything is clean to kind of get rid of all the bad luck you've acquired during the past year.
So everything kind of bad that's happened, you're saying, like, clean that away, forget about it, let's get
rid of it.
Get it out of our lives.
And that's to bring in good luck for the new year.
Okay, so there's a phrase in English called, like, a clean slate, which is kind of when you start and you've gotten rid of all the bad stuff and you're saying, okay, forget everything that's happened, let's start as if this is like day one, first day, a clean slate. Okay, so Mum tells them what to do. She says, first, throw away things you don't need anymore. To throw something away means to take something you don't need or want, or that's useless or broken, and put it in the trash or just otherwise get it out of your life.
Next, Charles says, I have some old magazines I can toss out. So I guess the kids are also thinking about, okay, yes, it's that time of year where I need to get rid of some stuff. What are some things that I don't need anymore? And then Charles thinks about his old magazines and he says he can toss them out. Okay, a few things here. Let's first take a look at the word magazine. Okay, you should definitely know what a magazine is because you're reading one right now and you're actually listening to one of the articles from a magazine. Now, a magazine is a type of thin book. And usually there are articles or maybe some essays inside. There's pictures and we also have a cover story. And usually magazines come out every single month, but some magazines can come out maybe twice a month or even 3 times a month. So it just really depends. But magazines usually come out once a month, and they always have new things for you to read, new content for you to discover as well. Let's take a look at our sample sentence. We can say, Ashley always reads the fashion magazines, Vogue, to get new ideas for what to wear.
Okay, and Charles says his old ones, he can toss them out. Toss out is got the same meaning as throw out or throw away, but toss means to throw in a fairly casual fashion. So when he says I can toss these out, he's definitely saying, yeah, I don't want these anymore. I can throw them away very casually without even thinking too hard about it.
This kind of reminds me of Marie Kondo. Do you know her?
Oh, she makes things really small, right?
Well, she helps you organize things. So she's very good at organizing. And then one method is like when you look at something, it's supposed to spark joy. If it does not spark joy, you need to throw it away. So it kind of reminds me of Marie Kondo, where you have to really throw out things where you don't feel like, okay, yeah, I can get rid of them.
Like my chopsticks don't really spark joy, but I need them.
Okay, you can keep those then. But for example, if you see like, clothes that you don't wear, you haven't worn for like years maybe.
Okay.
You can see if that sparks joy or not.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. So next in the conversation, we have Mom. She says, here are some large garbage bags plus some gloves.
Okay. She then says, put these masks on too.
And the reason is she says, I don't want you to breathe in any dust. Okay, so
smart.
Mom is very, very, very prepared. Okay, and let's take a look at the word dust. Dust is a noun, and it is, this thing makes your throat or your eyes very itchy. Now, it's basically tiny pieces of dirt that comes from things that are not clean. So, for example, if you don't clean under your bed or if you don't clean the corners of your room every single day, you're really, really, really likely to have dust there. Now, too much dust can make you feel really uncomfortable. So you can have an itchy throat, you might have itchy eyes, and you want to cough and things like that. So that's why their mom asked them to put on a mask. So it kind of protects them from breathing in any of the dust into their bodies. Now let's take a look at a sample sentence. We can say, we didn't touch that box for many years. It's just collecting dust in the closet.
Yeah, dust is things like tiny bits of like clothing, like really small that you can't, or human skin even, and just bits from outside. It's a mix of all sorts, really. So with all this dust, Jane asks, how should we clean the dust?
Okay, so Mom, of course, is very experienced. She says, use wet cloths, okay? Let's take a look at the word cloth here. Okay, a piece of cloth is used for a particular purpose, such as cleaning. So be really careful here with the pronunciation because some people get cloth and clothes mixed up. Cloth with no E at the end just means cloth, C-L-O-T-H. It just means like a piece of material you use, like a piece of fabric you use to maybe clean up something or for a specific purpose. But when you want to talk about the stuff that you wear on your body, like a jacket or a t-shirt, it's called clothes with an ES at the end. So the two pronunciations are very different and the meaning is also different as well. Okay, for example, I can say, I use a dry cloth to clean the mirror after taking a shower.
Okay, yep, get all the kind of steam and stuff off it. Okay, Mom is going to give them some more advice about how to clean their rooms. She says, always start at the top, so clean the high shelves first. And of course, that means that any dust you will brush off will fall down, and then you haven't cleaned the stuff under it yet, so there's no point cleaning the floor first because it'll probably get dirty again. So you start at the top and you clean the shelves. Shelves is the plural of the word shelf, and a shelf is a flat length of wood or other hard material like metal or plastic, even glass, that's either attached to a wall or forms part of some furniture like a cupboard, and it's a surface that you can store things on. You can use it to display pictures. You could put books on a shelf and see all the titles, things like that. You could put boxes on a shelf if it's big enough, or little toys, pictures, all that kind of things. For example, there are 3 shelves in this cupboard. I put my books on the middle one.
Okay, and then Mom says, and don't forget to clean out the corners. So again, it's a really big cleanup, so you might as well just get everything done all at once. Don't be lazy. Get all the corners, get the top shelf and stuff like that. So she says, don't forget to clean out the corners. Now, clean out here, this phrase means to take everything outside, maybe outside of the room or maybe outside of the box or the shelf, and to clean it properly, to make sure you get into all the corners. So it's a real proper cleaning.
Yeah, I suppose when she says clean out the corners, she means you've got to make sure all the dust is gone. Get that cloth right in there. Don't just sort of ignore it. You know, maybe you get your vacuum cleaner to really get that bit. Maybe in a normal cleaning, you might kind of skip a few of those bits.
Yeah, you can kind of be lazy about it, but...
Yeah, especially if it's the corner where nobody sees it or it's inside a cupboard. But during Chinese New Year cleanup, you've got to get that too. And there's another thing you have to do, as Charles brings up in his next sentence. Do we need to do laundry as well?
Okay, and Mom says, you bet. Okay, now, you bet is our pocket phrase go. So let's take a short break to find out what it means, and then we can see how we can use it.
Pocket phrase go!
像我王妍希这款加尼亚碎狗牛啊，像我这么漂亮的女孩子呢，要我是约你去看电影呢 ，Do you want to go to a movie with me？ 你呢一定要马上回答了 ，You bet。You bet 这一句是什么意思呢？它整句话其实是 You can bet your money on that。你呢可以很放心的呢把你的钱、把你的筹码压在这件事情上面，绝对不会输钱了。所以呢就表示非常肯定，当然一点也没错，就很像呢我们说的 Of course。你呢也可以把这句呢用在 Yes No 问句，非常肯定的时候呢，我们就可以回答 You bet。Alright,
so we learned that you bet just means certainly, of course, or that's right. So if I ask Pat, are you going to play mahjong for Chinese New Year?
You bet.
That's right. So you can say you bet. That means of course.
Then you might say, Pat, are you going to play slowly and badly? You bet. I know how to play, but not very fast. So.
It's okay. It takes practice to play fast.
My wife doesn't like me to play because she says I take so long to think about it because I don't recognize all the patterns and stuff.
True.
It's not like playing cards where I know what I'm familiar with those. Mahjong tiles, I don't know them so well. So I go, hang on, let me look. Okay, do I no? Oh, no, I don't want this. And
it's
so
fine.
slow.
Don't worry. I think it comes with practice.
Yeah.
You need to play with some amas because they will really help you.
And take all my money.
And they will really help you kind of, give you pressure to play fast.
I bet they would. Okay, so laundry, do they need to do it? And Mum says, you bet, meaning of course we have to do it. And she adds, you can go to the laundromat while I'm sweeping and mopping the floors. So a laundromat is a business where people pay to use large washing machines, tumble dryers, buy washing supplies, and so on. A laundromat is usually just coin operated. There are no people in there. You just go in with some 10 NT pieces, buy the stuff you need, feed your clothes in the machine, put the cleaning stuff in, put more money in and press go, and come back in an hour to kind of pick it all up. Now, in the UK, we say laundrette. We have a different word for it out there. And it used to be that some laundrettes were managed. You had people working in there who would do it. And I remember going to a place in Canada which kind of had one guy keeping an eye on everything because it was really big and making sure everybody could get it. But then the one downstairs from where I live now, it's just, 5 washing machines and 10 dryers and one vending machine and nobody there. So different kinds of laundromats.
Yep. She says, okay, so the kids will go to the laundromat to do their laundry, while mom stays behind to sweep the floor. Now, sweep here just means to remove something, like we said, dust or dirt with a broom or a brush or even a mop. And you can use, sweep can also be a really quick motion of your hands or fingers to kind of sweep something too. So for example, if you have pencil shavings or even eraser stuff left over from your eraser on your table or on your desk, you can kind of sweep it off with your hands as well. For example, I can say I swept the floor before mopping it, okay? Because you need to take out all the dust first before you apply something wet to the floor.
Yeah, mopping it is using a mop, which is a special tool with kind of an end that you get wet and then soak the floor with maybe some cleaner and then dry it up later. So yeah, you sweep anything big off it first and then mop it clean. So, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Mum's going to sweep and then mop the floors.
And then at the end she says, "All right, let's get started."
And we see at the end of this part of the article, they all get to work. So that we're going to leave them to their cleaning now. They're going to have some more fun stuff tomorrow. But right now it's time for us to go to our For You Chat question.
For You Chat.
So today's question is, which cleaning duties don't you mind doing and which ones do you hate the most?
Okay, well, this is actually a really weird one. A lot of people usually do not like cleaning the bathroom.
Okay.
But I actually quite enjoy it.
I'm okay with bathrooms, actually.
Yeah.
I don't mind I don't like kitchens.
Yeah, kitchens are terrible because there's just so much stuff. There's a lot of grease and oil and...
It's not that. I think for me, because I don't eat meat, I think sometimes if there's a bit of like meat scraps, like in the, like bits of stuff somewhere, I don't like kind of old food that's...
It grosses you out.
Yeah, a little bit more. And I remember as a student, cleaning the sink was not fun, and also cleaning out the fridge at the end of the semester.
Oh, that's
you
pretty
find
gross.
some stuff that's been in there a while and you'd forgotten about. Yeah, that's not fun.
Oh yeah, cleaning out the fridge I don't really like. It's pretty gross.
Yeah, bathrooms I don't mind. You can usually kind of be fairly quick, and it's kind of like the whole thing smells clean and looks clean anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not so bad. I don't mind vacuum cleaning, particularly because we borrow a Dyson, so
makes work easier.
It certainly does. Yes, it is a lot faster and more efficient than my other Dyson. Laundry, I'm quite happy to do all the time. I don't mind doing laundry at all.
I don't mind that as well. I think it's only just cleaning out the fridge that's kind of gross because sometimes you forget what you put in there, and then when you actually have to clean it, it's like, ew, really gross.
I'm a bit lazy about dusting. I do not dust as often as I probably should do. It's only kind of like every now and again I go, oh, right, the kind of area like around the back of my computer or something in a corner is that I never go to. Oh, okay, that is a bit dusty and that needs to kind of be taken care of. But again, new baby in the house, we're making a lot more effort to keep things cleaner and keep things dusted because we don't want him to start breathing any of that in and start feeling sick.
And it's good for you as well.
Exactly, yeah, and good for my wife because she gets sneezy around dust.
Oh, that's true.
It doesn't bother me as much as it does her. Okay, well, that is the end of this first day of the article, but we'll be back tomorrow to find out about some Chinese New Year foods. See you then. Bye for now.
Bye.
Chinese New Year. Clean first, eat later. Mom is talking to Jane and Charles.
We need to clean the house before your father gets home. This removes all the bad luck from last year. We can welcome some good fortune with a clean house.
What do you need us to do?
You two are responsible for your bedrooms. Remember, this cleanup is bigger than usual. First, throw away things you don't need anymore.
I have some old magazines I can toss out.
Here are some large garbage bags, plus some gloves. Put these masks on too. I don't want you to breathe in any dust.
How should we clean the dust?
Use wet cloths. Always start at the top, so clean the high shelves first. And don't forget to clean out the corners.
Do we need to do laundry as well?
You bet. You can go to the laundromat while I'm sweeping and mopping the floors. All right, let's get started.
They all get to work.
Vocabulary Review.
Fortune. I failed my driving test last time, but I hope I'll have better fortune this time. Magazine. Glenn gets the latest business magazine each month to better learn what's happening in the business world. Dust. We should clean behind the TV. There's a lot of dust there. Cloth. Eve uses soap, water, and a wet cloth to clean the windows. Shelf. The shelf above my desk is filled with textbooks I use for school. Sweep. The man sweeps the floor in front of his front door with a brush once a week.
智慧小补帖
Laundromat.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net